What is up, you guys? It is Grayson and I am back with another video, and today we are going to talk about the topic of coming out to my mother. If you didn't know, my name is Grayson and I am 17. I will be 18 very soon, and I am pre-T. I am transgender. Dun, dun, dun. Those words, man, I swear. Okay, so getting right into this story, I had a girlfriend at one point. Yeah, I did. And we took upon ourselves to have her come out for a spring break in 2016. It was March 16th of 2016. She flew out to Ohio from Minnesota, where I live in Ohio. She lives in Minnesota. And it was a very, very interesting subject because I had messaged my mom. My mom was at work, and I was telling my girlfriend at the time, we have since broke up, but my girlfriend at the time, I was like, I'm just going to ask my mom if you can come to Ohio. Like, I'm just going to ask her, like, can we pick you up from the airport, this and that, and everything. And one thing led to another, and I pushed myself, and I asked my mother, and I was like, hey, Mom, we're gonna call her Christy. That's what we're going to call her. We're not going to give out her name because I don't want to throw shade at her. I asked if she could come out, and my mom said, well, of course she can. And I was like, what? And she was like, yeah, she can come out, this and that. And she flew out here on March 16th, and we went and got her from the airport, this and that. One thing led to another. We came back to my house. It was amazing. It's an experience of a lifetime. Long distance relationships. We had been dating for 3 months before she came to Ohio, and it was very interesting. I mean, it was a very good feeling. And the feelings just kind of faded away, which kind of sucks, but they did. And she left on March 20th of 2016, and we were on our way home from the airport after dropping her off so she could go ahead and go back to Minnesota where she lives. And I remember being in the car with my mother, and I was telling her, I was like, I hate goodbyes. And she goes, goodbyes are the worst. And I was like, yeah, I don't think you really understand, though. And she was like, well, I think I do. And I was like, I don't think you do, because at the time she didn't know I was gay. She didn't know anything. I just had said, can my friend come out from Minnesota? Well, my mom isn't dumb. Parents aren't dumb, dude. They know. They really do. Well, I had told her and said, well, goodbyes are the worst. And she was like, yeah, I know. And I was like, yeah, I don't really think you do. And then I was like, Mom, that's my girlfriend. I've been dating her for 3 months now. And my mom was like, I know. I was like, what do you mean, you know? And she was like, no, I know. Like, I've known. Ever since you were 2, I've known. I was like, oh. Okay. So then one thing led to another, and fast forward a few months, I still had the same girlfriend at the time, which was amazing. Still amazing. Still going strong. And I had started talking to Christy. When I started talking to Christy, she helped me connect the dots in my life. She helped me realize what I was, because without her, I don't think I would be where I'm at today. And today I'm very open about things such as that nature of people asking questions and assuming things. And I always tell people it's better to ask than to assume. Don't ever assume anything about anybody. It's just better to ask. Ask respectively. Don't be a douche about the way you act or you ask about things. Don't do it. So one thing led to another, and I started watching videos on the internet. It started with actually Malcolm Ribbit, I'm sorry, I probably just butchered his last name. I am sorry. It's Gorilla Shrimp for people who don't know. And I started watching his videos, and I was like, this is how I feel. This is exactly how I feel. And it was a really weird feeling for me, because I was like, I've never felt like I've connected with anybody before. I always felt like I was different from everybody else. And one thing led to another, and I stumbled upon Justin Blake's video. I started watching him as well, his YouTube videos, and I was like, well, they're getting accepted. My mom was really accepting about the fact of me being gay, so I want to tell her how I really feel about myself, you know? And so I had sat her down one day, and I forgot what we were doing exactly, but I had sat her down and we were talking. And one thing led to another, and I started telling her to watch these videos on the internet. And I was like, Mom, this is how I feel. This is how I feel. Exactly how I feel, Mom. And she had said, okay, well, do you think you're trans? And I said, I'm pretty sure I am trans. And I was always looking for that label because I never fit in. Wherever I wanted to go, I never fit in, and I didn't understand it. So I was always looking for that label. But now I've come to the realization I don't like labels. I really don't. I feel everybody should just be themselves, and that's who they should be. You shouldn't be trans. You shouldn't be pansexual. You shouldn't be agender. You shouldn't be all these things. You should just be yourself, because accepting yourself and being able to just be yourself is amazing. It's an amazing feeling. If you want to label yourself, I mean, that's fine, but I don't like labels personally. I don't like saying that I'm transgender, but that's the best way to explain it. I'm transgender and there's no getting around it. And after I had told her that's how I felt, she immediately started saying, well, how can I help you? What can I do? Let's start getting you to like psychiatrists and things like that to help you with your testosterone and things like that. And one thing led to another, and my girlfriend at the time had helped me come out, and before I knew it, I was already out to my mother, my aunt, everybody in my family basically knows except for my grandmother. Because my grandmother, she's one of those older people that she would probably disown me. My dad's side of the family disowned me after they found out that I was transgender. And I think that's kind of why I was scared to tell my mother, but she was really open about it, and she was really cool about it. She was like, I've known since you were 2, like, you would take off, ripping off dresses and things like that. And it was a really good feeling to have with my mother, being able to be open and not have to hide. So now my home is my safe place. It's my safe place. If I want to come home and I want to take off that binder because it's freaking hot in the summer or whatever, I can, and I don't have to be judged for what I look like. And I feel like everybody should have that safe place that they go to when something like that happens. And it was an overall good feeling. So one thing led to another. We started going to doctor's appointments and things like that to start on HRT. Come to the realization in the state of Ohio, you can't make that decision until you're 18. So I am stuck until April 26th. I am stuck. I cannot do anything. I already got the diagnosis of gender dysphoria, which is the thing in Ohio that they use for the technical term so you can go ahead and start hormone replacement therapy. I went to several psychiatrists, psychologists, therapists, you name it. I probably went to it, and it's a very, very lengthy process, but then again, they're just doing their jobs because they want to make sure that's actually what you want to do, because most of those changes are kind of permanent. And that's kind of a big step to take in your life, which is kind of why I understand why they also want you to be 18 as well. So that way, you're not like, well, my mom signed the paper and this and that. No, you'll be 18. You make that decision on your own. You can't blame that on somebody else if you don't like what you're doing. And I feel like that's one of the main things is people are scared of like people going back on it and they're just confused or it's a phase. And sometimes it is a phase. Sometimes it is a phase. That's like once every blue moon, though. Most of the time when somebody tells you how they feel, you should just listen to them because that's probably the direction they're heading. And it was a really good feeling to tell my mother. And I feel like you guys should have that safe place as well. And if you guys ever need anybody to talk to, I'm going to put my social medias in the description below. And you guys can feel free to click that subscribe button because I'm going to start making videos every Friday on my transition. I want to be able to look back on these videos and be like, yeah, that's where I came from. And I'm really proud of it. And I want to be a support system to you guys as well, to my viewers. I want to be able to help you guys and make videos and content that you guys enjoy watching and things like that. And I want to be able to help you guys understand things like that and open up people's minds and educate people on it. And I want to be able to be there for people. I feel bad for people who don't have support systems, for people who don't know what they're looking for, and things like that. So I'm going to put all my social medias in the description below. If you guys like my channel so far after this video, feel free to hit that subscribe button. Any suggestions on videos, such as like if you guys want me to do like I just had a brain fart. Wow. If you guys want me to do like videos, challenge videos, passing tips for trans men, if you guys want to go on my journey with me, which I probably will do anyway because I want to be able to look back at those videos and I want to be able to help other people that don't have that help there. Feel free to comment something that you guys want to see, like what kind of content you guys want to see, like binder reviews, KT tape reviews, this and that. Just let me know in the comments below, or simply message me or DM me on something. I'll put all my links in the description below, and you guys feel free and have a good day. And I'll be back with a banger on Friday. Peace!